Hello and welcome. This video is designed to provide a look at accessing the internal file system using FTP or file sharing on a 360 Systems DigiCart5 model DC5000. Some of this information assumes that the networking has already been set up and is functioning as described in previous videos. If you haven't set up networking yet, please refer to our network setup tutorial or consult the operations manual before watching this video. Once networking has been established, we need to allow external access. So the first step is to navigate to the main menu and to user access. From here, we have two options for network access, FTP and file sharing. If your system is licensed for use with the ARC Remote software, you will also find the settings for that here as well. In addition, you will also find the functions for setting up the AMP control protocol and NFS server here. These features are discussed in more detail in other videos. In order to allow access for FTP or file sharing, we first have to enter a username and password for the access we wish to allow. There are separate username and password fields for each so you can enable them independently. Once the appropriate username and password is entered, click Apply, and the system will show the passwords have been set or changed. Now that the passwords are set, we can turn on the functionality we want by flipping the specific switch to On. With our access established, we can now go to our computer and access the system. For FTP, we need an FTP client such as FileZilla, FlashFXP, or even a DOS prompt. If you are using a Mac, Captain FTP, CyberDuck, and Fetch tend to work well. In the FTP client, we need to provide the host name, which is the IP address of the DigiCart5, the username, and the password. If needed, the standard FTP port is 21. Then we can connect to the system. In the FTP client, we can see the files and folders on the system and transfer, delete, or move files around as we need. The other method of accessing the system is using the built-in file sharing capabilities. In this case, we can access the system through its path in a standard Windows file manager. The simplest way is to enter the path directly into the address bar. Enter 2 backslashes, followed by the IP address of the system. The folder share name of the system will be presented. Then, double-clicking on the folder will prompt for the username and password. Now we have direct access to the file and folder system on the DigiCart and can simply drag and drop files and folders to wherever we need them. To make this more permanent, we can map the DigiCart as a drive. For example, we can copy this path or simply make note of it, then right-clicking on this PC, select Map Network Drive. We then select a free drive letter to assign, enter or paste the path to our DigiCart system, and select to reconnect at login. If we have not already entered our username and password, we would be prompted for it at this point. The folder now shows up as a Map Network Drive in the File Manager. The benefit to the file share method is that no client is needed, and simply dragging and dropping files between folders makes moving files over the network easy. That concludes the basic overview of file management on the DigiCart5. Be sure to check out the other videos in this series for more information on specific systems operations. Thanks for watching.